Hello and welcome to Computology Academy. And today we are going to discuss the questions which were published on our YouTube community tab, and those questions were related to geography. And today we are going to discuss those 10 questions that were published last week. So here the first question was related to sugar industry, and here the question said that the sugar mills in India are located close to the sugar cane producing regions. And the reason provided for this assertion was that the sugar cane loses the sucrose content very fast after harvest. And this situation, that the location of the sugar mills are close to the sugar producing region, and this situation prevails throughout the world also. And here the first option, that is A, is correct, and R is the correct explanation, will be the answer for this question. And such type of questions are being asked in UPSC time and again. And this type of questions, assertion and reasoning questions, may be related to geography, history, polity, various other subjects also. So practice of this type of question is also very essential for the UPSC prelims preparation. Next question was match of the following type of question located. So first one is Bandipur, and here and this is a correct option. This is a correct match. Correct option. This is a correct match. Thereafter, Amangarh is there, and the state seed is Madhya Pradesh. However, Madhya Pradesh is not the correct Madhya Pradesh. However, Madhya Pradesh is not the correct answer, but Amangarh is located in Uttar Pradesh. And deliberately this Pradesh type of combination has been provided in this question so that the students get confused between Pradesh and Pradesh, and they are forced. Has been provided in this question so that the students get confused between Pradesh and Pradesh, and they are forced to commit some kind of mistake. Thereafter, Melghat was the third match, and here Melghat is in Maharashtra, and this is a correct match. And Melghat, Borghat, Palghat, these ghats are located on the western ghats in Maharashtra. Melghat, Borghat, Palghat, these ghats are located on the western ghats in Maharashtra state, and these are very important locations as per the pass of the western ghats from the ghat or the coastal region to the inland region also. Thereafter, Simlipal, and this is provided here that it is in Odisha, but it is not the correct match. And Simlipal is very famous tiger reserve, and most of the students know that it is in Odisha, state of Odisha. And if the students know that only this, then also they will be in position to mark the correct answer, because in all the other options, option 4 has been provided, so only C is left behind. That is the correct answer here. So the students need to be aware of such kind of things, right? And next here, there is some issue with the lighting, and let me to fix it. Now it's good. Let me to fix it. Now it's good. That's what I was concerned when I saw the screen on which it is getting relayed. Right. So now come to the next question, and here the natural aerosols includes. So what are the sources of natural aerosols? So here it is provided: dust, particulate, air pollutants, fog, and forest exudates. So the forest exudates are the exudates or the particulate matter that are added to the atmosphere when there is forest fire or some kind of activity is there in the forest. So all these are the natural aerosols. And what are the aerosols? If we talk about the aerosols, then the aerosols are the particulate matter which are in suspension. These are fine solid particulate matters which may be solid or liquid droplets also. And that is why in the question here the fog has been provided, and this is a correct option. Most of the students commit the mistake that they don't consider fog as the aerosol. And here these aerosols can be natural or anthropogenic, and here some examples of the aerosols have been provided. And if you can find here, fog or the mist has been included in the list of aerosols, as well as forest exudates are here, geyser steams are also here. The geysers are the hot water sourced from hot water that is coming out of the earth's interior, and these steams they also add the moisture in the atmosphere, and a fog like condition prevails around the geyser, and these are also considered as the aerosols. Thereafter the next question was that in the context of, here the context has been provided related to the Indian physiography. So this is the question related to physical geography of India, and here it says that Kayals. So what are the Kayals? Kayals are referred to as. So basically you need to know what is the definition of Kayals. So here it is clearly that a network of brackish backwaters and lakes lying parallel to the Arabian Sea coast in Kerala. So in different regions, these brackish backwaters are known by different names. And in the context of Indian physiography, it is considered, it is known as, basically not considered, but the nomenclature that is provided to this type of physiography is Kayals. And the next question is that consider the following sources of water pollution. So this question is related to environment and ecology, and here in the environment and ecology, water pollution is very important topic, and you have to read in detail these questions of water pollution and the air pollution and other things, because these things are becoming very important nowadays worldwide, and definitely you can find the questions related to such kind of topics in the UPSC paper also. So here the question says that the municipal discharge, agricultural runoff, industrial discharge, and stormwater discharge. And thereafter the question is, which of the sources given are point source? So the two keywords are sources and thereafter the point source. So which of the following sources are the point source of water pollution? Important thing. So if we consider the municipal discharge, then it is a point source. Point source means that the pollutant, those are coming from a source that can be clearly identified and can be pointed out that this particular pipeline, this particular drainage system, this particular industrial discharge is the source of pollution. So such kind of singular type of source from where it can be identified easily. So these type of sources are called as point source of pollution. So municipal discharge is the point source, industrial discharge is a point source, storm water discharge, these waters get to the drainage system of sewerage system of any municipal area, and thereafter they are discharged through the manhole to the water bodies. So it can also be ascertained that such manholes, these manholes are the source of water pollution through which the storm water discharge is coming. But if we talk about the agricultural discharge, then it is very difficult to identify from where this agricultural surface runoff is coming, because in case of surface runoff you cannot identify that from where the water is coming. It is like sheet flow. A sheet of water is flowing over the agricultural land, and the pesticide and insecticides, biocides, etc., these are sprayed on the agricultural land, as well as various fertilizers are also a source of pollutant to the water bodies. So these type of chemicals get washed with the surface runoff from the agricultural field, and thereafter they come to the water bodies as a surface runoff. And this is the reason why it becomes difficult to identify from where this pollutant is coming, right? So here the answer will be 1, 3 and 4, that is D. I also don't know where I have put these correct answers, so don't bother about that. And here, consider the following statements regarding bio-oxygen chemical demand. Bio-oxygen chemical demand. So here, biochemical oxygen demand. So this biochemical oxygen demand, BOD, is the dissolved oxygen in the water, and this is the amount of oxygen that is needed to decompose any kind of or compose the chemicals those are present in the insecticides and biocides, etc., those are present in the water. And the statement says that the biochemical oxygen demand is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by the aerobic biological organisms to break down the organic material present in the given water sample. So it is a correct answer. So here the dissolved oxygen needed by the aerobic organisms to decompose the organic materials. Next statement says that the supply of dissolved oxygen comes from the diffusion of oxygen from the air. And the last word is the keyword, that is only. And here this statement becomes wrong, because this is saying that only the water that is diffused to the only the oxygen that is diffused to the water through the surface, that is the source of dissolved oxygen to the water bodies. But this is not true, because those aquatic plants or the materials, the living organisms which are conducting the photosynthesis in the water bodies, they also add the oxygen to water through photosynthesis. They consume the carbon dioxide that is dissolved in the water during the photosynthesis process, and they add the oxygen in return to the water. So here only option 1, this is the correct option, this is the correct answer. Now come to the next question, and this says that the term power of Siberia relates to the affairs of. So now Russia is in news quite very much because of the Russia-Ukraine tension, as well as the mending of the situation by United States and the European countries. And it becomes obvious that there may be question in the paper relating to Russia, and UPSC has a tendency to not to ask the question those are related directly to that current affairs issue and directly to that country. So they may ask the question around that situation, and one of that is power of Siberia. And here the power of Siberia is basically a gas pipeline that is being constructed by Russia with the help of China to supply huge amount of gas to China from different distribution points, as you can see here, as well as they have to export the gas also. They are planning to export the gas also from the Vladivostok peninsula here, the Vladivostok region, as well as they will supply the gas to Mongolia also, and these pipelines will connect the interiors of Siberia to these locations, and this is known as power of Siberia. You can read in detail about this topic, because the power of Siberia 1 and power of Siberia 2 are the two different pipelines that are being in different phases by China and Russia to supply and to export the gas to different countries. Next question is, denudation process is facilitated by. So what are the processes, what are the factors which help the denudation process? And here the first option is eluviation, second is weathering, third is decomposition, and fourth is translocation. So here, except for eluviation, all these three are the factors which help or which facilitate the denudational process. So the correct answer will be 2, 3, and 4. And here, eluviation is a process which occurs in conjunction with illuviation, and this is the process of translocation of the minerals from the top surface of the soil to the bottom surface, that is the just above the rock bed of the soil during the soil forming process. So it does not relate to the weathering process, but it relates to the soil formation process, right? And next question is regarding the National Green Tribunal, NGT. So time and again the NGT comes in news. It is very popular in India. And here the statement says that it has been established under the Biodiversity Act 2002 for expeditious disposal of the cases related to environmental protection. So here this statement is not correct, and you can clearly identify with the year, because NGT was established in 2010 through the NGT Act, or not by the Biodiversity Act, right? And the next statement says that it is guided by the principle of natural justice. This is a correct statement, because the NGT does not follow the civil procedure codes. And next is, the India is the third country in the world to have set up a specialized environmental tribunal. This is also a correct statement, and the answer will be C, that is 2 and 3. And if we look at the explanation, then here the NGT Act has been the source through which, has been the reason through which, act through which the NGT was established on 18th of October 2010 under the NGT Act 2010. And next, India is the third country after Australia and New Zealand. First was Australia, and thereafter New Zealand was the country who had established the specialized tribunal for the expeditious disposal of the environmental related disputes and cases. Next is delta formation. So the next question is about the physical geography, and here it says that the delta formation is facilitated by which of the following factors? So let us see the factors. Here, abundant sediment supply available in the river discharge. So this is a correct option. If there will be no sediment, then how could the delta will be formed? Next is swift moving current adjoining to the coast. So this cannot be the correct answer. That is not the correct option, because if there will be swift moving currents adjoining to the coast, then whatever the sediments that will be added to the coastline, to the shallow water body of the sea adjoining the coast, those will be washed away and there will be no built up of delta. So this cannot be the correct statement. Next is shallow depth of sea. This is also a favorable condition, because if there will be more depth, then the undercurrent of the retreating ocean currents, as well as the depth of the sea, will not be favorable for the development of delta. So the answer will be 2 and 3 only, right? So here, oh sorry, 1 is the correct statement, 3 is the correct statement, so this is not the answer, but a 1 and 3 is the answer. So here we finish off the discussion of the 10 questions which were published on our YouTube community channel. And for the questions, you can subscribe our channel, as well as such kind of informative videos are continuously published on our channel. So press the bell icon also to get the notification whenever there is any new upload from our site. And do follow us on our Facebook and Instagram channels. This is our Telegram channel handle, you can also follow us there. And do visit our website for different courses. You can join various courses available over there. Thank you very much and have a nice day.